Hello, boys and girls. I'm so happy to see all of you out there sitting tall. Yes, I see you ready to learn. So today is lesson T, turn taking Trish. And when she came to school, she did not take turns. Actually, when I watched her at recess, she would grab the ball and say, "This is mine and I'm not gonna share it." And in her classroom, people just didn't want to play with her because she didn't ever share or take turns with other students. And the eagle, we can learn a lot by watching eagles. When they build their nest, the dad eagle, he goes off and he finds the little twigs and things to build the nest with, and he brings it back to the mama eagle, and she makes the nest out of what she brings back. So they're already taking turns. If you watch them, they're working together. And then when it's time to sit, the mama lays the eggs, and when it's time to sit on the eggs, they take turns sitting on the eggs. It takes about 45 days for those eggs to hatch. So they take turns and work together. And then when the eaglets are born, they're called eaglets, and they have a little tooth and they chip away and they pop out of their eggs. And when they're born, the daddy eagle goes off and catches the fish and brings it back for the mama eagle, and she chops it up and feeds them. So they're working together and taking turns with their jobs. They all are helping each other. And so they really know how to take turns, don't they? So I hope you do too. And how are you doing at home and at school? Are you taking turns with your friends? If you watch yourself, do you share and take turns? Good. Okay, we're going to do some breathing and stretching. We're going to learn how to do eagle arms, eagle legs, and then we're going to put it all together and do a really fun pose right at the very end. So let's practice some breathing and stretching. So first of all, bring your arms straight out in front of you. Excellent. You're all seated and you're sitting tall with me, right? Now press your bottom into the ground and have a long spine so you're sitting very tall. And then let's bring our right arm or one of your arms right underneath the other. And then bend your elbows, and if you can, maybe take another wrap. And once you're here, bring your elbows up to your chin. These are called eagle arms. I'm not quite sure because they're the opposite of eagle, but you can feel your back stretching here. Now let's add a couple breaths. Ready? Breathe in through your nose and breathe out slow. Now focus. Keep your eyes like eagle eyes on one spot, like on your wrists. Ready? Breathe in, very focused eagles. Breathe out slow. Breathe in deep. Breathe out slow. Excellent. I hear you all breathing with me. Now bring your arm straight out again in front of you and bring your other arm underneath because we want to stay balanced. Wrap your arms around maybe once, maybe you can take another wrap, and then okay, let's go to the other side. Bring both arms straight out in front of you and bring your other arm underneath and either bring it together or wrap it around, whichever works for your body. And right here, lift your elbows up to your chin. Now focus your eyes on your wrist and let's take 2 deep breaths together. Breathe in, press your bottom down, inhale. Exhale slow. Breathe in deep through your nose. And exhale slow, lower down. Awesome. Okay, let's stand up and add our legs. So here we are in a standing position. So stand tall with me. Press your feet down into the earth. Keep a slight bend in your knees and lift the crown of your head to the ceiling. Let your shoulders roll back away from your ears. Okay, so for eagle legs, I want you to cross your right leg over and either wrap it around and stand on one foot or do what I do. I just cross it over and just like a little kickstand, drop it down on my big toe. Okay. Now sit your hips back a little bit Bring your hands out in front of you, and we're gonna add our eagle arm. So bring your right arm under and wrap it around. So right here, lift your elbows up and sit your hips back. This is eagle pose. Be very fierce with your breath. So breathe in, lift your elbows, and breathe out. And in your head, say, I take turns. Breathe in, and breathe out. One more breath. Lift your elbows higher, lift up, and lower down. Excellent eagle pose. Let's go to the other side. So cross your left leg over, wrap it around. Bring your arms straight out in front of you. Bring your left arm under and wrap your arm around whatever works for you. And then lift your elbows up to your chin. Sit your hips back like you're sitting in a chair. Let's take 2 breaths. Ready? Breathe in. Be focused. Breathe out. Keep your eyes on your wrists. Breathe in and breathe out. Excellent. Lift all the way back up. Let's take a big stretch and down. Okay, now go ahead and spread your feet apart. You're just spreading apart. What I'd like for you to do is just see if you can come down and touch the floor and bend your knees slightly like you're sitting down in a chair, and see if you can just come to the ground. You feel like a little frog here, don't you? So just kind of go back and forth and see how this feels. And if you can't get down all the way, just put your hips down and that's okay too. All right, let's come back up. Okay, now we're gonna make the big pose of the day. It's called Eagle's Nest pose. So I'm gonna bring the eagle here. Okay, Mr. Eagle, you watch them. So spread your feet apart. Bring your arms out straight in front of you like we did before. Bring your right arm under, and we're making our eagle arms, and lift your elbows. Okay, here we go. This is the hard part. And if you fall, it's okay. Sit your hips back like you're sitting in a chair, and see if you can come down and snuggle in your nest here. Oh, now lift your elbows here. Let's take 1 breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your hands down and lift your hips up, and then inhale all the way back up. Hands to your heart. Okay, eagle's nest on the other side. You ready, Mr. Eagle? Our little eaglets are in the nest, right? Here we go. So take your left arm, bring it under, wrap it around, lift your elbows, sit your hips back. Come on down with me. Here we go. Okay, keep your eyes focused on your wrist. Take 1 big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground, lift your hips up, big inhale, and hands to your heart. Awesome, good job, guys. Have a seat. It's always fun to breathe and stretch, and it helps us to calm down so we can learn just a little bit better. It kind of clears out our brain, doesn't it? Okay, so I have a couple questions I want you to write about or draw or turn and talk to somebody. The first question is, you got your good eagle ears on listening? All right, the first question is, eagles take turns. They do. How do you share or take turns in your school, your class, or at home? How do you share and take turns? And the next question is, what can you do if you and a friend, or you and your brother and sister, or whoever you're with, want the same thing, like this puppet? Everybody wants this puppet. And what can you do if your friend wants the puppet the same time as you? Think about that. All right, I'm gonna read you turn taker Trisha's classroom sign. So this little girl, which friend would you like to have? One that says, this is mine, I go first. You can't be friends with her. Give me that jump rope. Would you like to have that friend? Or would you like to have a friend that says, we can share. Do you want to trade? Do you want to join in? Can I play with you after? Can I play with the ball after you? Taking turns. Okay, boys and girls, make it a spectacular day. The choice is yours.